Syracuse University students are now able to use the SU app, how it can help you. The Sport Management Club is hosting their annual auction tomorrow night. What items you can expect on display. Plus, Tracy Ford, the Vice Chair of Membership for the Student Association, is in studio to discuss their upcoming elections. I'm Josh Blazan, and this is SA Today. Disgruntled students might not be getting a refund they're requesting after a bus broke down on its way to campus. One of two buses bringing students from Washington, D.C. sputtered to a halt just outside of Binghamton and delayed students returning to the Hill by almost 5 hours. SA President Aisha Sadat says any delayed flights would not offer refunds either. And SA leaders will have some money in their pockets as compensation for their work. At last night's meeting, the Assembly voted to approve stipends for President Sadat, Vice President Jane Hong, and Comptroller Phil Kramer. The budget granted $2,500 for Sadat, while Hong and Kramer will each receive $1,500. Vice Chair of Membership, Tracy Ford. Tracy, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So a little bit about you. You joined SA as a freshman, first semester freshman. What was that experience like?
Well, it was very interesting to say the least. I heard about a general interest meeting with the Student Association through a Facebook post posted in the class of 2018, and I was really curious, and being a freshman, I wanted to experience everything. So I went to the general interest meeting. I sat in the wrong place. I was very confused, very lost. But I wanted to see it further, so I went up for elections, and everything worked out, and I'm really happy that things went as good as I have, and I can't wait to see what's to come.
Exactly. Now, a year later, here we are. You're the Vice Chair of Membership. So what exactly do you do on the Board of Elections and Membership?
Yeah, so I work alongside our chairwoman, Paulina, and she's really great, and we work on initiatives and ways to really support and help the members do the best that they can in their committees, pursue the initiatives that they're interested in, and really develop membership and the bonds that we're building.
Awesome. So would you like to talk about a little bit for a moment what rules there are set up for the candidates as they do participate in the election process? So they have to fill out petitions. There's the deadline for President and VP and Comptroller positions are February 25th. But essentially, you need to get 500 signatures. You need to follow the bylaws, the Constitution. There are other specifics that I could definitely speak to. But and as for people who are interested in running for the position of Student Association President, what sort of timetable are they looking at the beginning of next semester?
Yeah, so we have a general interest meeting on January 25th at 7 p.m. that'll explain this in more depth. But as I said before, the 25th of February is the deadline to hand in your position for President, VP, and Comptroller. And elections will be held April 11th through the 14th.
So for the students that they haven't been to a student association meeting, can you talk a little bit about what the meeting is sort of like, what the environment is like, what a new person might be experiencing their first time there? Sure.
So Mondays we have our meetings in Maxwell Auditorium at 7:30, and essentially we discuss the things that we've been working on in our committees or the initiatives that we are trying to pursue. A lot of information is delivered from our president and vice president, and basically discussing about things that we're trying to work on, things that are going on around campus, things that we think should be discussed or changed. We really try to make the student experience as good as it can be.
Awesome. So thank you, Tracy, for joining us. There's an information meeting for students interested in joining Student Association tomorrow. That's in the Maxwell Room at 110 at 8 p.m. Taking a look at the Syracuse University quad cam, it's a cloudy night, but we're taking a break from the on and off rain that we saw earlier this afternoon. Feels like a brisk 37 degrees outside with winds coming in right around 11 miles an hour from the east and the southeast. That chance of rain is going to continue through tonight and into tomorrow. I'll let you know about the rest of the week coming up in the full weather forecast. As part of an initiative to improve communication, ITS is launching a new mobile app for the university. It's available for free on Google Play or the Apple Store. Students will be able to check grades, pull up a campus map, and search the online directory for students, faculty, and staff. The university is hoping to continue to improve the app so it can access food service menus and provide access to the library's resources. The Sport Management Club is hosting its 11th annual charity auction at tomorrow night's basketball game against Wisconsin. More than 400 items for sale will be displayed in the Carrier Dome, and proceeds will benefit the local Salvation Army. Silent bidding will begin at 5:15 and will close at the start of the second half. Since their founding back in 2005, students have raised over $250,000 for local charities. The SU Athletics Department is raking in the dough. It was reported last year that the SU football team generated over $41 million in the last academic year. The men's basketball team, however, made $412,000 less last year, but still brought in over $29 million. Despite making less than usual, the basketball program spent almost $15 million less than football. And happening tonight, a dance party and film screening will take place to celebrate the 25th anniversary of the passing of the Americans with Disabilities Act. The film is an award-winning documentary on the coming out story of disabled people. Students can chat with the filmmakers in a Q&A after the showing. The event is free and open to the public and will take place from 6:30 to midnight in Goldstein Auditorium. Students can also start applying for their first Atlantic Coast Conference Innovation Challenge. Budding entrepreneurs can register, and one winner will be selected to represent SU at the first Inventure Prize event to be hosted at Georgia Tech. Ideas will be judged on validity, novelty, business model, and more. The deadline to apply for that is December 15th. A new blood cancer drug will soon be available following approval by the Food and Drug Administration. The drug, which is made in East Syracuse, will be used with 2 other drugs to combat a blood cancer that kills more than 80,000 people every year. The Wall Street Journal reports the monthly cost of the drug in biweekly doses is around $10,000. And students at Ithaca College are saying they no longer trust the school's president. In a poll of over 3,500 students, more than 70% voted no confidence. The poll was conducted via email by the student government following protests on campus. Faculty will also be allowed to vote until December 11th. The Board of Trustees at Ithaca say this vote is a way for the students and faculty to have their voices heard. And former Speaker of the New York State Assembly has been found guilty on all counts, including extortion and money laundering. Sheldon Silver will have to give up the Assembly seat he's held onto for almost 40 years. No date has yet been announced for sentencing, but Silver could face up to 20 years in prison for 6 of the 7 counts. When we come back, I'll have your full forecast for the week ahead, plus the latest on events unfolding in Chicago. Hear why the mayor called for the police superintendent's resignation.
What do you think it would be like to teach? Chances are, you have no idea. Teachers today are breaking down obstacles, finding innovative ways to instill old lessons, proving that greatness can be found in everyday places, and that you don't need to be famous to be unforgettable. That's what it's like to teach.
Huntington!
Every proper bear knows that the right fit means everything. Especially when it comes to car seats.
Oh, really? I just did what any bear would do.
So know for sure that your child is in the right car seat for their age and size.
I like it.
To learn more, visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat.
Oh, hello there. Oh.
Where's that bear?
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Coming up tonight on OTN, get all your sports news with Sports on the Quarter, followed by Orange Press Pass. Then Orange Zest fills you up with entertainment news, and don't miss talking points for the latest on the road to 2016. The second day of climate talks continues today with leaders from 150 nations meeting to discuss climate change on a global level. President Obama spoke briefly before heading back to Washington.
It is an ambitious target that seeks a low-carbon global economy over the course of this century.
Despite being praised by the Chicago mayor for having a record to be proud of, Police Superintendent Gary McCarthy will no longer be serving the city. The mayor of Chicago called for McCarthy's resignation following the release of a video showing an officer shooting and killing a black teen. A big part of removing McCarthy, according to the mayor, was trust.
Superintendent McCarthy and I began a discussion on Sunday about the direction of the department and the undeniable fact that the public trust in the leadership of the department has been shaken and eroded. This morning, I formally asked for his resignation.
Well, taking a peek now at the current conditions, it's been a cloudy day. Temperature right now sitting at 43 degrees, but with the cloud cover and this wind coming in around 16 miles per hour, it actually feels more like in the mid-30s. Looking ahead to tonight, we're expecting some rain. There's an 80% chance of rain. The temperature, the low is going to be around 41 degrees. As for tomorrow, those rain showers are going to stick around. We'll have a 90% chance of rain. The high is going to be 46 degrees. And the 5-day forecast, you can see the rain's going to be keeping on into Thursday. There's a 50% chance of that. Temperatures throughout most of the week, mid to high 40s. Saturday, though, we could be seeing a lot of sun. That'll be a nice day there. Sunday, temperatures could be reaching the 50s. That'd be a nice little gift there. That's coming up after the break. We'll have something.
Don't look at me. Your hair's a bit frizzy today. Oh, you should pick that up. Oh, you're such a dork. Loser. Here, let me help you with that. Oops.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Oh, look. Your crush is looking at you. Or you.
They want to help, but don't know how.
See, no one here's gonna help you, because no one
Teach
likes
your
you.
kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
So who's going to do what?
I'll pack the dead batteries.
Great.
I'll only put what I don't need into a duffel bag.
Perfect. That's totally unhelpful.
No problem.
Meanwhile, I will try to comfort everyone by speaking in a calm voice.
And who is going to handle supplies?
I can forget to do a list for us.
Thanks, pal.
We couldn't be any less prepared. I'm proud of you guys.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Search Ready Kids at nyc.gov or call 311.
Body language can tell you all sorts of things. Like someone is having a stroke. Know the sudden signs. Learn fast. Face drooping, arm weakness, speech difficulty. Time to call 911 and get them to a hospital immediately. Learn the body language and spot a stroke fast.
Well, it's the holiday season, and there's one Minnesota couple that's giving back big time. They left a check for $500,000 in a red kettle for the Salvation Army. The couple wants to stay anonymous, but hopes this will encourage others to donate. To stay up to date on all your campus news, follow us on Twitter and like the CitrusTV News Facebook page. I'm Josh Bazan. Thank you for watching. Coming up after the break on the Orange Television Network, Gabriella Rusk and the gang have your favorite weekly sports talk show. That's Sports on the Quarter. That's coming up. You don't want to miss it.